In today's video, I'm going to bring you through exactly what the major creative approach that companies that generate 100, 200, sometimes even $300,000 in sales in a single day, just like this client, are actually using. So we're going to talk about creatives, the creative approach, the creative infrastructure that these types of businesses, typically multiple 8-figure businesses, have. Now, if you are a new viewer, my name is Brando. I work, just for your own context, with typically 7- and 8-figure businesses, of course. And the types of information that I get access to, and I'm so fortunate to do that, and I've been fortunate to work with these types of businesses for like 6 to 7 years, is the exact reason on why I started this channel in the first place. So I'm going to document everything, share everything I know. I pull down the curtains and tell you everything that I've discovered, learned, my failures, my successes with these types of businesses. So let me just refresh so you know this is real. And by the way, I'm just showing you this just so you understand the type of caliber of clients that I'm typically used to working with, so that we get the proof out of the way. Great, so let's get into it and talk about the full 100K per day creative strategy, what the gurus don't tell you or are keeping away from you, just to add a little drama there. So just as a side note, the number that I showed you is of course inflated for our client because it was Black Friday, but hey, to get to a $250,000 day, $264,000 day to be exact, you still need to have a very strong and efficient creative strategy and process and infrastructure, or else you can't get there in the first place, right? So that being said, let's talk about the common misconception that there is, okay, about getting to $1, $2, $3, $5 million a month. So the common misconception is that you get to $3 million a month. I said 3 million, could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, just by just doing more creatives. That's just like very wrong. And I've seen this, trust me. I've worked with 100 businesses. Okay, go look at my track record, my website. We work with a lot of companies. I can literally see inside of these businesses day in and day out, and I can assure you that it doesn't work like this, or at least creative production and scaling creative production should be something of a byproduct. A byproduct of what? It's a byproduct of scientifically, or being able to scientifically break down why winning ads are winning ads in the first place. Okay, if you don't understand what makes or breaks a winning ad, then there's no way that you should even think about creative production scaling, because you're just not ready for it, right? You can't just scale a broken funnel. It's literally like scaling ads that are just not winners, right? It doesn't make any sense. And so you're putting all of your team resources, you're hiring other agencies just to scale ads, and you're telling them what to do, or you're maybe hiring in-house, or you're essentially growing, try to do more creatives, but you're doing it maybe in the wrong way, because these two things go in and out and have to be congruent to each other. You cannot scale to $3 million a month if you don't have some sort of mass creative production eventually, but you cannot start with mass creative production if you don't have a scientifically proven way to break down why ads actually work and understand the psychology behind your consumers and why they buy, the buying triggers, I like to call them. So here's what it actually looks like. Here's what a Ferrari with a Fiat engine actually look like. The Ferrari is the strength that you have in your business, which is to be able to produce more creatives. Okay, that's the Ferrari. The Fiat engine is not having the scientific methodology to break down winning ads. I know that's maybe a weird analogy, but that's what I thought of. So the Ferrari is you being able to, scale multiple angles, multiple creative concepts. Maybe you have a good team, you have everything, a lot of scripts, a lot of different hooks, but all these things are sexy on the outside, meaning you have a nice Ferrari, red Ferrari, whatever. But the result is that your hit rate of the ads is just like 2, 3, 4, 5%, which is like really, really hard to scale. So you're testing all these concepts, right, with products, angles, creative concepts, etc. But you're just not understanding why they're not scaling, meaning that you test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you test 30 different ads and maybe you find 1 or 2 winners. It's really, really hard to scale something like that. Okay, you need to understand that to be able to scale efficiently, you need to have around a 10 to 15 to 20% ad hit rate, right? So if these are the numbers that you're achieving, you should have at least triple the ad hit rate to even think about scaling the creative infrastructure. Else it doesn't really make that much sense. I know companies, creative scaling production is really, really important. Eventually, you need to just do more. But I know companies that do 1 million plus per month that just do 5 creatives a week, 7 creatives a week, but those creatives are top notch and they have like a 30 to 40% hit rate, meaning all the ads that they launch on the ad account are literally winners and in most cases scalable, which is why some companies have like 80, 100 active ads, not like 1,000, just 80, but they're all like winners that scale and are profitable and consistent, right? So what's the lesson? Increase the ad hit rate before increasing creative volume. This is by far one of the most important things that you should focus on. If you're thinking, oh, just need to do more ads, it doesn't actually work that way, for the reason that I just explained. So how do we optimize the hit rate so you can increase the creative volume eventually? This is a process that we typically use at the agency that really helps us, thumbs up, that really helps us to get to that next level of revenue, because we're finding winners and we're understanding why they're winners. So we first of all funnel hack our direct competitors. We use tools, for example, just like Autria. So we go ahead and let's just say that we have a company that sells a brand, we're working with a brand that sells coffee, right? We go and funnel hack JV Coffee, which is a direct competitor. They do very, very well. I think they do like $100 million plus. And so they're also doing a lot of ads. And so we take a look and we filter by active ads. We filter by longest running ads, so we know what has been running the most. And this is just a great tool called Autria. Try Autria, go look it up. There's also a link if you want a fast link to it. And you basically funnel hack and study these entire ads. So it starts from finding the best competitor, and then it's very simple. You study their winning ads, you break the ad step by step. You gather the required B-rolls, meaning that you understand what the required type of content it is that you need to reproduce those types of content, whether that's B-rolls or normal UGCs. B-rolls, by the way, are pieces of footage that you can chop up and put together to recreate whatever you want, right? So very, very high leverage and not expensive. And then you put all this information, the competitor, the winning proven ads, the ad broken down step by step scientifically. I'm going to show you how we do it. The content required into a master document that you then share to the creative team. This is a team that can now scale, right? I'm just scaling it like this because I don't know how else to show you. But this is a team that goes maybe from 5 to like 10 because you want to do more creative volume. But this is the only reason and the only time that you should be doing this once you have all of these systems, processes, and SOPs. One side note, if there's one thing that I noticed between a 7-figure business and an 8-figure business, is literally the 7-figure business just does not have systems, processes, hiring processes, SOPs, standard operating procedures, infrastructure. They just are missing those components. That is typically the exact same reason that's stopping them from getting to that next level of ad spend, of revenue, or both, profitability. Now, understanding why winners are winners. This is by far one of the most important breakdowns that you need to get from this video, okay? The way that we do it that really helps us get to that next level and find the winning ads and understand why they work is literally breaking down winning ads literally by segments, by every 5 to 3 seconds, sometimes even 2 seconds. So we get the best winning ad, we go over here, we filter by longest running ads, let's just say this is the one that we want to funnel hack and study. We click on it, if it even loads. It opens up, we read the copy, we download the video, we put it into ChatGPT. Typically looks something like this, where we upload the video to the file, the MP4 file, the video ad, the winning ad, to ChatGPT. We give it a script that says, hey, give us the ad frameworks, the buying triggers, the ad breakdowns, scene by scene, and the required B-roll shots that we need to reproduce. This is basically just a transcript because sometimes ChatGPT doesn't actually follow the transcript here. It's a bit hard, so we give it to them. And this is all we receive, basically step by step. And we know that this is right because we literally uploaded a video, right? And they know exactly what they need to work on. ChatGPT does. The buying triggers, and it also gives us a breakdown step by step, scene by scene, second by second, so we understand exactly on this second this voiceover was said, and this is the purpose of it, and this is the visual, and whatever we need to reproduce. Okay, so it's very, very scientific. Why is it important to actually have a scientific approach? It's really important because this is what you need to understand about a winning ad compared to a normal ad. A winning ad has check marks all over the place. It's an ad that is able to retain customers. If you're not able to retain a viewer, the CPM is going to be higher. If you're able to retain viewers, your CPM is going to be cheaper. Your cost per acquisition is going to be cheaper. Your CTR, your click-through rate is going to be higher, right? All of these metrics work together. And so typically what we do is that, and this is what typically 7-figure brands do, and they say that they do competitor research and they do all of these things, but they actually don't scientifically break down by segment every 3 to 5 seconds, literally analyzing every little small component of the ad. You need to see all of these segments as small little hooks. If you lose people here or here, or here, or here. You understand what I mean by segments? You're basically gonna decrease the engagement of your video, and Facebook is gonna recognize that and give you higher costs, right? Long story short, a winning ad basically is retaining people, 80% on the hook, then 60% overall within the middle of the video, 50%, and then 40% of people that actually see them. And these are just like some metrics. You don't have to, compare them with yours. These are just to give you an example. Imagine if 40% of people actually see your entire ad, right? In most cases, this is what it looks like. The bad ad is what you're maybe doing that is not able to scale. You have a good hook because you're replicating the same exact hook. But guess what? That's all you do. You don't scientifically break down all the other components that actually get you the 60% retention, the 60% retention here, the 50%, and then the 40% overall. So it becomes worse, and worse, which is normal to a certain extent because the more the more minutes and seconds go by, and the more there's a chance that you lose people. But this is why you need to scientifically break down by ad segments, seconds by frame, B-roll shots required, so you can give this to the creative team, B-roll explanations, and ad segment explanations. So very, very scientific. And then of course, all of these you can filter by, seconds 0 to 3. You can have a scripted version that you can just send over to the creative team, and they will be so happy to work with you. Your editors, your graphic designers, your creative strategists, you'll be so happy to work with you if you provide them with this information. If you are your creative strategist, your own creative strategist, you should do this. If you have another creative strategist on your team, they should be doing this research for you, okay? Also, what we want to do is find buying triggers by mining reviews. Reddit, Amazon reviews. Reddit is a gold mine because people from Reddit, it's like anonymous. So there's no filter literally. And so what we do that works super, super well is that we go on these like Reddit threads and we try to find for keywords or phrases, buying triggers, buying motivations. And then we also go on Amazon, and let's just say we're, funnel hacking this company, or maybe it's even our own product. We click on reviews and we manually read all of these reviews. And then we can also install an app called Schulich's ChatGPT review analysis. It's called Schulich's Copilot, right? And then what it does, it basically gives you a breakdown by pros, cons, what people like most about the product, what they dislike about the product, what they think should be improved, and stuff like that. And buying motivations to then create, with the help of AI and ChatGPT, an analysis that looks exactly like this one, where we have, ad concepts that we can test or scale or whatever, or buying motivations and expectations, use cases, right? What's good? What needs to be improved? Filter by percentages. Motivations and expectations also filter by percentages. For example, 71% were skin improvement motivations. 10% or 11% was superior hydration. All of this can be done by ChatGPT by just combining this app, putting it into ChatGPT and giving you and creating a document that basically studies and analyzes the reviews step by step. You can also do this with Reddit forums. You can copy and paste the right comments into ChatGPT, and with the help of AI, of course, help you give you a guideline that looks something like this. But long story short, we need to understand exactly what are the buying motivations, the real buying motivations, why they actually bought. Is it because of brain fog, stress, gut health, assuming we're selling like a mushroom coffee product? The pain points solved, objections and skepticism, language and phrases, unexpected benefits, emotional triggers, right? Comparisons, product gaps, all these things are answers that you can get from analyzing reviews. I like to do it on the ads. You get to see all of the ads and get to see the reactions and the comments. You get to see it from your own product reviews. Amazon reviews and Reddit is what I like to do the most. And the last thing that I want to talk about in this video, which is super important, is creative tracking to increase ad hit rate. At the end of the day, if you know how to break down ads, you can scale ads with creative production because you know how to break down ads scientifically, and now you can get to the next step and do more of what you're doing. But nothing of that makes sense if you don't have a clear way of analyzing your hit rate, meaning how many ads that is actually take for you to find true winners, and also analyzing your entire creative process. So one tool that we use is Atria. We connect our ad account with Atria. It's like $100 a month or something like that. And then it connects with it, and with the help of AI, it breaks down and tells you, okay, based on the trends that I see in your ad account, the problem solution angle is the one that works the best. The free gifting angle is the one that works the best. You can also do it and filter by ads, creatives by ROAS. Literally, you can click on ads and filter and filter by ROAS from top to bottom. You can do it by video hooks. So just filter and click on video hooks, and it's going to tell you what's the most profitable video hook. By copies, headlines, landing pages. We also actually have another process internally that we built in the agency that allows us to do this at a very, very in a very, very scientific methodology. So every single time we launch on the ad account, an extra row is created over here. So let's just say it's our second test. We open up our second test, we name it product with creative concept and then creative variation, whether it's an image or a GIF or whatever it is. And then we name it, we have naming conventions, of course, and then we tell it, okay, we remind ourselves, okay, in this test, this was the marketing angle, this was the main emotion triggered, the avatar customers targeted, the hook used, messaging, copy. This is blank because it's a demo, but you get the point. And then what we can do is basically analyze other things that allow us, this basically these are ad account numbers, but they're here so that we can easily see by test and understand what exactly is working, what is the hook rate, etc. Once again, all these things are blank because it's a demo command center. It's a demo sheet for you here. But then we also write learnings, notes, and most importantly, we understand what the winning rate and the winning ad hit rate is. How do we actually come up with this? We actually do it by looking at this metric over here, which is basically analyzing to be determined ads, break even, losers, and winners. We calculate proportions and then we come up with a proportion like this one. This is actually a screenshot from one of our existing clients. We have a 12% ad hit rate. So 1 in like 9 or 8 ads that we test on the ad account is actually scalable and proven to scale to a good degree at least, or a great degree. So if you want access to this document, you can actually click the link down below. It's completely free. Just send us the email. We'll give you this this sheet. It also has a bunch of other sheets that are super helpful, like an ROI calculator, a daily report where you can put all of your numbers of ads, and it's also color coded, which is super helpful. And then there's a UGC tracker. You can track your ad copies by stage of awareness, product aware, solution aware, most aware, in other stages as well. And then there's so many other things like a TikTok ad tracker, email flows, email campaigns, CRO, storyboards, everything. And there's so many other things. One last thing that is really, really valuable is that these are all the creative concepts that you probably are not even testing. And there's also inspirational ads, so you can see exactly what I mean by AI script or ASMR video, reviews video, unboxing, reaction. You get the point. There's also a 600 hook document. Guys, so valuable. There's a link down below. You should get it. This is the exact same sheet that we use to increase enterprise value and actually document everything that we do for our clients. And you should use this internally for your own team, okay? That's it for this video. Hopefully you got some value from it. One last thing, if you are brand doing around plus or minus at least $100,000 a month or more, then feel free to book in a call. We'll explore your business, explore the opportunity of potentially working together if it's a fit, if there's a good vibe on the call, if there's synergy, and then of course if we have capacity. Long story short, it's going to be an audit. If you want the audit and you at least qualify for the audit, book it and I'll see you there. If that's not the case, I'll definitely maybe see you in the next video. All right, bye.